What's up, guys? Shouri here, and today we're going to talk about Labula and how his hitbox is glitched whenever you're jumping and why it's so hard to hit him. At the very end, I'll show you from the perspective of me playing on Hunter against a top lob of exactly how it looks for the other people, but as you can see on my screen, I'm jumping around and these guys are not able to hit me. One thing is that the robots, they do hit you, but humans do have a huge, trouble being able to hit Labula when you're jumping because it actually screws your hitbox up. Your hitbox is already really small, and the jumping just makes it to where basically your shots don't register. The thing that can hit people the easiest, which is Hunter because of the 3 burst, even that has trouble hitting it. And again, I will show you that from the Hunter's perspective later. I'll also show you against top pros that this works against them too. It's not just these people suck. And basically, the main thing is you don't want to jump all the time. Another thing is it doesn't work as well against certain people like Jabali's. It luckily did work in this case, but the main thing that you want to know is that you are going to have some trouble against characters similar to Shell, the new guy, Zero Kelvin, who can actually still hit you because your hitbox for certain characters isn't as hard to hit than others. But for things like all snipers, pretty much any character that shoots that doesn't have a beam weapon is really hard to end up killing Lob. And the fact that you have armor for half of your health, you can regen that really quickly, and you also have your ability that not only does extra damage, but you are able to also do a lot of extra healing off that. And as you can see, we're able to just live through so much, which allows us to get to the heal, and it makes it to where you can get really good and consistent long streaks. It's really good in a ton of different modes, and you are very distracting. So especially on modes like team game modes, you can be really effective for your team by doing so much damage, and then on top of that you can stay alive, but they can't ignore you, which is similar to a Letta in a way, where they kind of have to target you, and that kind of frees your team up to be able to do a lot of damage without taking it themselves. So it is a really good option, and it doesn't take that much to be good at it. And one thing I want to make clear is you don't always want to jump, because a lot of the time you're better off just making sure you get your shots off. But against things like Judix, you definitely want to jump around. As you can see, I'm able to get out of pretty much everything. He ends up having to waste his Fire of Justice and ends up still dying off of it. And that's what's so beautiful about Lob, is the fact that you're doing so much damage. You can heal yourself. You have an amazing ult in his second ult that basically can get through pretty much anything. It can counter so many ultimates that are really brutal, and you have splash damage. We just killed 2 people. There was an Aletta that had dashed in, and it just died off of shooting the one guy because you do splash damage. So you can attack multiple people at once. You can just do so much right here. This Hunter has absolutely no way to do anything. He did 800 damage, which is 1 body shot that he was able to land, and that is what's so beautiful about this glitch. And it also works for other characters like Kazama, which in that case it's a lot more justified because you have such little health that you kind of need Kazama to be able to dodge things when he jumps. But for Lob, you have so much armor and health, and you do a lot of damage that it just seems to be so much easier on this character to do well. Even out in the open in the beginning, that Hunter could not do anything. Right there was a Mark bot who has insane auto aim, so he was able to do pretty much anything he wanted to me. And that is one thing in free-for-all you need to be careful with, is you will not be able to dodge anything that is done from a bot. So you gotta realize that, and just know that, hey, if you're going against an Osus bot, you just need to kill him as fast as possible, because you don't dodge anything he does. And the same thing with Mark bots, you just gotta try to get it over with. Right here, we are gonna go ahead, jump in, and dodge all the bullets, but then we have this Mark bot who just turns around and beams us in the head. It's super annoying, but just realize that the bots don't don't exactly work like the humans, this isn't a glitch that works on everything. If it's going to hit 100%, it's 100%. But for humans, it does dodge a ton of stuff. One thing is that Waling, when it hits you with the feathers, it's going to stop you. Even if you are in the tornado, though, you can get the kill with your ability, because that does go as long as you're looking at them after you hit it. So that's really good, and I definitely recommend that second ult. It's so much better. And right here, even though we're slowed and low, we're able to get the kill because it's just so hard to hit a lob when they're jumping, and you do so much damage. And that's one of the most underrated things, is the fact that you're doing so much damage and you are not taking it. And the fact that your armor regens, it's just really easy to go and get a ton of kills in a row, even against things that are very hard to get kills against, such as a fort. You can dodge a lot of its bullets. It is hard because it still does hit some splash damage on you, but you can get out of so much damage just by jumping around, and I'll show you in just a little bit. This does work against top players also. It's not just these guys suck. It is just truly hard to hit these guys when they jump because the hitbox messes up. The best way to get a lob when they're doing this is when they're going on their way down, or when they're at the peak of their jump. That is when it is most susceptible to just being able to kill them. But as they're going up and down, it is very hard to hit in the middle. As I'll show you at the end, when I'm using Hunter, it's stupid. It's absolutely absurd from the other person's perspective. But as you can see right here, that splash damage can shoot around corners, and I do recommend, if you're playing with this guy, do not play auto fire only. I have auto fire on, but I am doing mostly everything through manual fire, because you're gonna want to shoot from really far distances, and you are jumping up and down, which can kind of screw with auto fire sometimes. And another thing that you're gonna want to do is shoot around corners, so it's really important that you have manual fire at least active. You can have auto fire too, which I do, but just know that I'm using manual fire on a lot of this, and that's really important. So right here, as you can see, we're just getting all the kills, and it just really helps. But does it work against good people? And Jop is one of the top players in the world in ranked, and we are playing, even though we're playing as gold players, I don't really play ranked right now, but we're able to dodge a lot of this damage by jumping up and down, even against characters that really are good against things like Lob, and these are some of the best players in the world. So no, it does work against good people, and it really does just help you a lot, the fact that you got so much splash damage and you just do insane amounts of damage. One thing that does suck is turrets from Sindri can really hurt you, so I didn't end up jumping here because the turret will kill you, but luckily I got my teammates there to do everything we need. And it also works against some of the best hunters in the world, such as Delete, one of my buddies, and one of the better hunters in the game. And there's nothing you can do. I mean, it really sucks. I can't even do anything against it. And that's what's so great, is unless you have something like that does really good auto fire, or you got like a web, one of the only things you can do as Hunter, which he just did to me there, is be able to knock them back and then kill them when they're up in the air. But as you can see, he has full health. I have 200 health. I'm able to almost completely kill him there. And that is where it's super unfair, because even though he did everything right, he still almost got screwed by it. And right here, even this ult doesn't do everything it needs to, and I'm just able to jump around and regen because I'm not getting hit. And it's almost impossible to hit those shots unless you hit them with the feathers, and then you can get them, and then you can sometimes just get lucky. Waling is one of the characters that does best against this, but it is no guarantee by any means. So it's just really hard, even if you're this good, because all these people are high ranked, and it's just hard, and there's not much you can do. And then you have that second ult, which gives you basically free kills. And right here, absolutely no health when we start. And it doesn't matter because we're jumping. It's insanely hard to get any damage. And then we do end up getting killed by an Aleta bot though, so that kind of sucked. But right here, we get knocked back from delete, and we're still able to get the kill. Even though we got shot in the side by a Walling, he does end up getting the kills because you can still hit your shots on a lob. It's not impossible. It just is really hard, and it glitches the hitbox. So it just basically, as long as you're jumping, you're good to go. And it's going to be a really important skill to learn. But it's not just about being able to jump. It's also knowing when not to jump. Because while jumping around does make it where you don't take damage, it does make it a little harder to hit. So it's really good to just know in certain situations when you're not being shot at, just go ahead and fire like normal. As you can see there, I didn't jump once because, I just didn't need to. Right here, he gets a full heal, but it doesn't matter. We're still almost all of our health back, and we are fighting against a bot here, which basically they hit no matter what you do, so we just gotta go ahead and gun him down. Right here we have this Jabali, it's his ult. Luckily he was going after someone else. We're just trying to be a little cautious, and we do end up going behind this guy. We end up killing him in the air, thank God, because man, that Walling ult can get really rough really quick. So we are able to get that kill, and we do finish the game off. And while it wasn't 15-2, it was still pretty good. I'll go ahead and take it. And we are able to get it. And right here, we are going to go for a full 15-0. And then I will show you just the highlights from this. It's about a minute. And then I'll show you from the perspective from the other hero about exactly how this works and how awful it truly is. And if you want to play this, definitely learn to jump and shoot as accurate as possible, and just know that there's certain heroes that you'll figure out over time are better for jumping, and some it's just better to go ahead and kill them as fast as possible. Right here we do get to 13-0, and we're just running away from this guy's ult and then just trying to do a little splash damage around the corner. We go ahead, get the 14th kill. We're gonna go ahead, heal up, and go for kill number 15. We're gonna hit him with our ult and then just go ahead and get that kill. So 15-0 is definitely possible because of this method. You can heal yourself up. Right there, we only had 6,000 healing from medical canisters because of the simple fact that, hey, all you gotta do is let your armor regen. And right here, we're able to kill a lot of these guys super easy, and even knocking this guy back, we weren't able to hit any of our burst of threes. It's crazy. And it's not like I can't hit really good people that are playing hard to hit characters. As you can see, this letter right here double jumps, and he ends up dashing a lot. It doesn't matter. I can hit people who are playing aggro characters and playing them fair. But this is not fair. It literally glitches the hitbox. So even though I can kill things that are aggro characters, it's insanely hard to shoot lobs, and one of the best lobs in the game, Zigzag, is the reason I even tried this in the first place. Right here, it just does so little damage to him. It is crazy. And we end up getting taken out by the Aleta in the side, but it's super easy to get kills on Hunter, and that's what's so, really upsetting about it, is the fact that you can just kill everything, but you see that lob, you know you're screwed. Right here, this Hunter, we get him low, the lob ends up stealing our kill, and this is absurd. I'm shooting right at him, it's only hitting body shots. Even when I hit him with my sonar balls, it doesn't do anything, and then he just waits, regens all his armor, and then it just kills me, and that's super annoying. Right there, we do prioritize getting the heal, and we do kill the Zigzag because other people were shooting him, and we had to get body shots though. Even though I'm shooting him accurately, it's very few and far between the shots are hitting. In the burst of 3, usually only one's hitting, and I'm having to go for body shots, and it's not like I can't hit people who are doing crazy stuff. As you can see there, it's not hard for me to kill these guys, but it is insanely hard to kill a good lob that's jumping around. And that's the glitch. So I hope you guys end up just using that and trying to take advantage of it, because it's not like a glitch where it's cheating. It's kind of how the game's intended to be. So don't feel like you're cheating. It's just something that's in the game that you need to know about because a lot of the top players are going to be doing that, and so you might as well be doing it too. It's kind of how you're supposed to play the character. Right there, we do end up getting the win, but that was a lot of luck, I'm not going to lie. But as you can see, it works at really high rating, and it's super annoying. So if you're playing Lob, you need to jump, guys. And thank you so much, Jordy, for making this insanely good thumbnail. I appreciate you, buddy. And I hope you guys like, subscribe, and share this video to help out the channel. And I hope you all have a great day.